y'all? Hey, 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 hey. Where are my peoples? Alright, so let's get to all that, all that. Let's do all that. Let's get off of that. Off. Alright, friends. Well, I wanted to connect with you, friends. But I don't know. It's Friday, and so I don't know what it's hitting for. But let's just do this. Let's just log on. I'm trying to connect my Bluetooth, and so we'll see what happens. But shout out to everybody. Happy Friday, friends. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. All right, well, friends, it's a lot going on. I want to get into some news. I want to get into some emergency broadcasting. I mean, we can't afford at this time to be like a second behind the curve, like literally. Like we miss a day, we miss a lot. K Scott, welcome, friend. Shout out to you. So, friends, yeah, so much going on. I just posted a video on a whole different topic about self awareness, but specifically to women as it relates to relationships and being self aware because people are not always what they appear to be. And as women, we are quite vulnerable. And it breaks my heart every time I hear about a woman, a girl, any female person that has been violated or assaulted or, worse, killed by the opposite sex, okay? Femicide. It's alarming. It's something that is consistently becoming quite pervasive. That means it's recurring. It's occurring at an alarming speed. And we have to get a hold on that. Ladies, it's a lot. I'm gonna save that for another time. I put up a quick video a few minutes ago, and so hopefully you guys and gals will be able to go on there. You'll be able to check it out, and we can proceed. But for the sake of the divine, shout out to all my divine souls. I know it's been a long time. Oh boy, I got a story to tell, friends, and at some point in time, hopefully we'll be able to unpack all of that. But I'm right now in the present. I'm grateful to be in the present, and so I'm not going to think about, any other factors aside from me being here and me being grateful to be in this presence right now. And being grateful to have you, friends, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 30, 40, it doesn't matter. I'm grateful. And so, you guys and gals, it's been such a long time. I feel like I kind of got to reintroduce myself to a certain degree. But I don't want to kind of get into that because I don't want to take away from the content. But what I will say, if you're a first time viewer, you can go to my channel, look at some of my work, and then you can gauge for yourself. but I'll give you like a quick blurb. So, this is the channel New Life Raw Evolution. My mission, sole purpose for being here is just to engage and raise the consciousness of the collective. Simple, 5 letters. Engage, raise consciousness of the collective. That's it. Very simple. And so on my channel, it's all about higher awareness, consciousness, awakening, ascension, totally anti-establishment, totally anti-government. It's really, truly about the self, who we are as these divine souls. We are amazing. We are powerful. We are limitless. And it's important for for folks to understand that. I'm not just a girl, a black girl that likes Chinese and like I'm a Scorpio and like I'm a nurse. No, that's what the constraints and what society has placed on me, but on us. But that's not really indicative of who we are, of who I am. We're so much more. And so together, friends, we can reveal the truth. We can reject the lies, reject the misinformation, and really, really unpack the truth, right? And the true source of who we are, which we are divine. All right. So that's the gist of who I am, what my purpose is for this channel. And hi, Ayub. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, a Yemeni. Welcome, welcome. If you're Muslim, assalamu alaikum. Yeah. But yeah, friends, so I'm going to get into the content now. And I hope you friends are interested. Hope that you find it relevant. And I hope that you can connect to it in a way, or at the very least, it prompts something inside of you. You know, after experiencing the content, I hope that it prompts you, it compels you, it shifts something in you to change your mind, your thoughts, and ultimately your understanding. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, and make sure I have on my Bluetooth. All right, I do.
These are Nazis. These are terrorists. Federal agents in constitutional duty, completely outnumbered, only 5,000 enforcers right now. The big beautiful bill scales it up, and they're trying to sell the idea that attacking them and shooting at them and all the rest of this is good. And we've seen just last week,
welcome. Please, friends, subscribe.
Shot up.
Subscribe to the channel. Like, share.
Being arrested.
Thank you,
this
thank
is
you,
terrorism,
thank you.
and it's scaling up
thank
now.
You, Ayub.
Remember that whole situation a month ago with the No Kings?
Thank you.
In Minnesota? When it came out that it connected to Governor Walz, communist Chinese operative, that all disappeared real fast.
Oh my God, my life is getting interrupted, friends. I'm sorry, I have to take the call. I'm back.
Shooting at the ICE agents for saving kids.
Did you see my comment?
This is what we elected Trump for. And I really appreciate
I'm
what
seeing
ICE
a
doing.
flower.
Doing their serious situations.
All right, well, I'm not sure, but
because it's about the sovereignty.
Yo, hi. I don't know the comment. I'm just seeing emojis.
Existential threat.
I didn't say a comment, but thank
Even
you,
though it's absolutely right, it's the main threat for our country right now. The migration, the NGOs, we prosecution from the Orcas and others yesterday.
But we're listening to the content right now.
Very, very serious
it's about consciousness. It's about awakening. It's about maintaining our sovereign freedoms.
When you look at this raid, there were 10 juveniles that were legally brought across the border. You and I covered this under the Biden administration. I was down in Texas. We encountered a 10-year-old, 12-year-olds
Many of
coming
you
across
may not
with just
know
a
about
name and
it.
an address
It
and a
may go
phone
right
number
over your
on their
head, but
necks.
to my
The cartel ruthlessly
intellectually
sending them
advanced,
across, and yet now we
you
know
friends know
that
what
10
we're
of them,
talking
8 of which
about,
were
okay?
unaccompanied minors,
It's about
working illegally
anti-establishment.
in a
It's
marijuana farm,
about
and your agents go
self.
in and
It's about
rescue them
divine
essentially,
source.
and
It's
yet
about
there
the
is
source,
violent
and it's
resistance to
about
that. Does that
ourselves.
upset you?
It certainly upsets me, and like I said,
Okay,
you know,
well, you're going to get blocked
the work men and women of ICE
because
are doing is incredible. Look, we're looking for over 300,000 missing
that's not
children.
what
We've
my
already found
channel's
10,000. Have
about.
you heard
I'm
that anywhere?
sorry.
No, the media is
This
simply
channel
not
is
covering it. And
about
look, this should be a
consciousness,
nonpartisan issue. Arresting
higher
public
awakening,
safety threats and national security threats,
ascension.
everybody be on the same
It
page
has
on that.
nothing to do with
Rescuing
that. You
children,
need to go
I mean,
to
it should be
another
a
page
nonpartisan issue.
where you can
Everybody should be
find women
in lockstep
naked
on that, but they're not.
but
The media is
no,
lying. The
no.
Democrats they don't want President
This
Trump
is
to be
about
successful. I got news for them.
people
We are being
that want
successful.
to
Every
reject the
illegal alien
matrix.
public safety threat we
They
arrest
want
makes this
to
country
get out
safer.
of the
Every
false
national security
reality
threat we
that
take
they've
off the street and
lived
deport
in,
makes us safer.
and that they
we're
want
rescuing
reality. They
thousands
want
of children.
truth.
The lives saved
Okay?
every day by ICE.
They want
The
to be
lives saved every day
prepared
by
for
Border
the
Patrol.
oncoming
In the
onslaught
hundreds. So
of the restriction
the only thing
of
I can
all
think
of
of,
our
Griff, if they hate
freedoms.
President Trump
People want
more
to
than
be
they love their
prepared.
community. They
I
hate
believe
President
that there's
Trump more
been a
than they
huge shift.
want,
People
safe
no
communities.
longer
There's
are
just no other
interested
excuse why
in
this is not
entertainment.
why this has
People
become a
no
partisan
longer
issue
care
to take
about
public
booty
safety threats off the
models
street.
on Instagram. People care about the rights and the lives of themselves
I think
and
the
the
only
future
issue
of
I
their
would take with
children, as
what
they
Tom Holman is
should.
saying is
Okay?
it's not even about
So this is
do
what
they
my
hate Trump
channel
or hate
represents.
this or care about the community.
It's about
These
higher
people are mentally ill.
awakening.
They're mentally ill
It's
people.
about higher
So there's all-
consciousness. It's about thinking outside of the box. It's about rejecting all norms. So if you don't understand that, if you don't fit into that criteria, this
You should have never
platform is
given these
not
people,
for you.
these radical
Okay?
leftists, any room
Yeah.
to stand. You should have never given them any
If
political
you
ground to stand
believe
on.
in the
You should never give them any political
9/11 that
air.
it was a terror attack,
And
my
you should have
channel is
been
not for you. Let's just say that.
investigating.
If you believe that
Alejandro
COVID
Mayorkas.
was actually
You should have been going after all the NGOs and all the funding.
something normal, right? Then my
And I get
channel
it. They're
is
spread
not
so thin,
for
and there's
you.
only so much they can do, so they have to
If
prioritize.
you believe that
So,
men
it kind of
and
becomes the same
boys
issue. It's like, well, what do you do?
that no longer
I mean,
want
you let
to
them
be
steal an
a
election,
man
and
or
so
a
there's going to be
boy
consequences.
and
Border invasion
wants
is one of them.
to change their
But
sex
it's like the same thing
and want to still compete
With
against women.
all the deportations, and I
in
get it. We want
sports.
deportations. We need
This
deportations.
channel
We have
is
probably
not
40
for
million people
you.
here illegally.
Okay? So move right
And then
along.
you can decide, okay, well, what are we going to do? We're going to
All
deport
right.
the most violent known criminals
If
first.
you
All right, what are we going to
believe
do? We're
in
going to
God,
deport the people that came in under Joe Biden.
which is our divine source.
But,
this
I
channel
ask this
is
genuinely.
for you.
I'm not, it's not a gotcha thing. I mean, I'm
If
like,
you
what are you
believe
going to
in
do if you're President Trump?
Divine freedom, meaning
And you
that
know
God
mass deportations
created
was
us
maybe your number one
with
issue
divine
on the
gifts
campaign.
and freedoms.
You know it's
If
the most
you don't
popular
believe
issue,
that
maybe the
or
most popular, top
understand that,
popular issues
this channel
in
is
America
not
right now
for
on
you.
the right. And so what are you going to do when you're forced to engage
Keep
in these
listening.
strongman tactics to do it? You say, okay, we'll deal with the fake media. We'll deal with the corrupt media. We'll deal with the leftist terrorists. But it all comes back to the same issue. You could have dealt with these leftist terror groups in your first 4 years. You didn't do it. You could have dealt with these leftist terrorists once they started organizing these things. Remember, what did Pam Bondi say? Criminal referrals were sent to Pam Bondi's desk. And what did they say? They said, we're going to go after the organizers. We're going to go after the funders. Show me one. Show me one that has been indicted. Show me one that has been subpoenaed. Show me one that has been charged. Show me one that has been arrested. You're telling me you can't find out where all the money is coming from? You're telling me you can't find out who's organizing all this stuff and paying for the websites and paying for the buses and everything else? I guess that's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Because you told me you were going to do it, and you're not doing it, and now ICE is under attack. And now they're firing guns at ICE. Now, I don't expect to live in a perfect world. This stuff is not easy.
Friends, what are we doing?
But it's like, at what point do you start to look internally and say, here? It's not the ICE agents. If anything, the ICE agents are doing incredible work with everything they're up against. It's not Tom Homan. You can put all of this to an end.
I'm back, friends.
Go after the organizers. Go after
the content.
The fundraisers. You said you were going to do it. It's not been done, and now ICE agents are literally having guns fired at them, and somebody is leaking this stuff to the media. So when they go raid a marijuana farm where there's child labor happening, all the media is there to film it so that they can twist it and say, see, look, they're Nazis. See, look, they're authoritarians. And it doesn't even matter. When you come out and you say, we just stopped a dozen child slaves from working in a marijuana field in the sun 12 hours a day. They will not care. They are fake news media. They are liars.
Chicken sandwich.
And now it's only going to get worse.
What type of chicken sandwich?
Until the organizers and the fundraisers are stopped, it will only get worse. Now, I don't know what you do about the fake news media that encourages all of this.
I love it.
And the Democrats that don't want to endorse it. But this is what happens. And this is why it's even beyond the Epstein list. I mean, the Epstein list is one big story. But it's the refusal to go after the root cause.
And see,
like,
friends,
why is our
that's
government
the
so
problem.
corrupt? Well, they're blackmailed.
At the end of the day, we want to think about everything else.
Like, gee, why do we deal with all this corruption?
Well, it's race.
Because we don't go after the real criminals. And then they do a victory lap, and they celebrate how they charged this guy who was handing out.
Literally, friends, it's none of that.
Masks.
It's all us.
Face masks.
We all have
at an ICE protest, and I'm sure. I doubt he was doing that with his own funds, but I guess that's what I'm supposed to believe, because they arrest him and charge him, and then that's it. That's it. That's what they got. We got one guy handing out a bunch of masks.
Change. All right?
So I'm supposed to believe that he paid for all that and just did it all on his own dime and just out of the goodness of his heart, he wanted to give these protesters a bunch of face masks so that they could deal with tear gas and everything else.
Shame on you.
That's what I'm supposed to believe from Pam Bondi's Department of Justice.
If you're still sleeping in 2025.
So who was funding the websites?
I mean,
who was funding the ad buys? Who was funding the buses? Who was funding the social media campaigns? Who was organizing all of that? Oh, I don't know, but we got this guy over here who's handing out masks. We got him.
Seeing the signs, if you're
How's that been? How's that working? Because I don't know, but I just saw ICE agents getting fired on with guns. What I saw.
Decision,
and I saw the whole media there because somebody's leaking these raids to the press so that they can be filmed and then spin it and twist it and make ICE agents look bad.
At some point in time,
so it's always the root cause. Like, you never go after the root cause.
People are going to stop feeling sorry for you people, for the people that
you never actually drain the swamp. You never actually arrest the deep state.
Everything is just so intensified.
It's only been a couple months. Oh, be patient. It's only been 6 months. Oh, be patient. It's only been 6 years. Oh, be patient. It's only been 8 years.
And
I was thinking about this last night too. I was like, what happened here?
How do you not know the current state of affairs?
Because if you recall,
if you're alive and well in this
I'll use one specific example that was popular that many people may remember.
If you're
Sean Hannity used to do this bit on his show. Probably started it in 2018, went on through 2019.
To beg and want to wash your
and this was when we were anticipating deep state arrests in the first administration for the illegal spying on Donald Trump, Operation Crossfire Hurricane, and specifically Hillary Clinton's involvement in the fake Russian
dossier. We have no
dossier.
Knowledge of anything.
And just all the litany of things that went on with that. And if you recall, Sean Hannity used to go on his show every night, and he would do this little bit of tick-tock, tick-tock. Justice is coming, tick-tock, tick-tock. Indictments are coming, indicating that something around the Obama administration and the Hillary Clinton campaign, they were about to finally face justice. And then they never did. So it's like we're playing the same game It's like, just wait. Just be patient.
Lied to us.
For how
that
long?
Has enslaved us, but somehow
and it kind of hit me, and I don't know
still not grasping
if it's a fair excuse or
that freedom.
If it even mattered, but it's like
that we as
things are going so well.
Have to pursue.
Just generally speaking, in the first administration, as far as the economy and policy, even with some of the disasters that happened in the administration with some of the hires,
always a slave here,
and still the corruption at the FBI and everything else. I mean, things morale was good, the economy was good.
One person. So if many
and
of
then
you
it was
are
like
waiting
everything
for
got
this,
thrown off when COVID
hit. And this big uprising.
No more TikTok. No more talking about indictments. No more talking about draining the swamp. No more talking about the deep state.
It takes one.
That then ended up running the whole COVID scam.
That one
with Fauci at the top.
You.
And so COVID it was like a tsunami that just killed all the momentum. Just crushed all the momentum. So you couldn't even focus on draining the swamp. You couldn't even talk about deep state arrest. The economy got walloped.
Of the people.
And then they stole the election, and then it was game over.
Black, but of all divine souls. We are the consciousness.
So I just don't want to see the same thing happen in this administration.
We are humanity.
And I see all these people saying, just wait, just be patient. Have you learned nothing? Have you learned absolutely nothing? Do you not understand how this game is played?
Do you not know? It's time to learn.
And people will come out and,
you've
turned on Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, you're anti-Trump. No, I'm a realist, okay? I'm a realist. And you know what? No, I actually do put my country over Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I do put the truth over Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, then that's your thing. But that's not how we play here.
This is lecture. Yeah, take notes.
And I get it. I get why people do it for selfish reasons. You don't think that...
This class is called...
You don't think that being friendly to Trump right now with everything Alex is going through wouldn't be a strategic move? You don't think me being friendly to Trump right now, considering I'm...
100.
I don't even care about the litigation anymore, to be honest. There's going to be huge lawsuits if people haven't gone public yet.
Rejection of the lies.
Dealing with the January 6th stuff.
Rejection of the false society.
Quite frankly, the Trump administration needs a win so bad right now, they might just be willing to cut a check to all these J6 defendants.
This is where we are
now. It's like, I don't even care anymore.
So this is
I could spend the whole day, I could spend days with my attorneys and file the lawsuit about the political persecution. It's already happening. Other people have already filed it. It's already ongoing.
Yeah. Anybody that knows anything
you don't
about
think it would be selfishly strategic for us to be just total mouthpieces and total pro-Trump right now?
This day at this time,
I can't do that. I can't sell out. I can't sell out this audience.
A very imperative message from your guides.
And you can see the difference out there of the people that can be honest and true and the people that can't. But by the way, let's understand this. You hired Donald Trump.
Thank your ascendant masters. Thank your
I'm sick of watching all these new political cucks on the right wing. Trust Trump.
For guiding you.
Trump's in charge. Trump is daddy. Trump this. No, Trump works for us.
Nothing in the universe is by mistake. Everything is on purpose.
And this is for the Trump administration as well.
Shout out to the two people
that you're throwing overboard right now are the people that got you over the finish line in the Republican primaries of 2016 when everyone was against you.
The lives
and if you think
of their friends and
that all of these new sycophants and all of these new groupies
shout out to you
and all of these new cheerleaders,
listen to
if you think they're going to save you and save your reputation, you're wrong. They won't. They can't. But I digress. We got more on this. Here's some of the headlines. ICE fires tear gas at civilians during standoff at California cannabis farm. And I get it. And I see Joe Rogan and the others, and they're against this now. Well, of course, nobody wants to see a bunch of kids running from tear gas. Nobody wants to see basically military personnel running these things. But it's like there's nothing else they can do. And the whole thing is media spin. Yeah, they intentionally give these stories to the media, whoever it is, so that they can all show up with their HD cameras and their helicopters film the whole thing and say, look at the Gestapo, look at the Trump Nazi regime, look at the authoritarians, look at the poor children.
For the show. Oh, God.
And it's like, no. This is illegal labor. This is child labor. And now ICE has to approach the situation like this because people come trying to kill them.
And good.
So it's like, what is the alternative? Oh, just let the illegal workers work on the field all day. Let the child workers work on the field all day. Let's have ICE show up with no body armor and no guns and no secured vehicles. Let's just let them show up to get shot and attacked.
You reject. And
so the whole thing is a disaster.
In my mind, I'm
Alejandro Mayorkas needs to be, he's the one most responsible for this, more so than even Joe Biden. Joe Biden doesn't even know what's going on. Joe Biden would sign a document and ask for his tapioca pudding.
And what is bad for you?
Immigration operation at California cannabis farm leads to clash between federal agents and protesters.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around that, friends. Bear with me.
Border czar Tom Homan reveals 10 migrant children were rescued from exploitation during violent California ICE raid on marijuana farm.
Let's listen to the facts.
Anti-ICE protesters fire weapons at federal agents during immigration raid. This thing only getting worse. It's only getting worse.
These are all
ladies and gentlemen.
Facts that can be.
And I mean, look, to these dumbass protesters, you're going to end up getting the heat of this. Because here's what's going to happen if this continues. They'll arrest these protesters, and then they'll make an example out of you. Understand something. You might think you're doing the right thing, and you might have a big heart and really care. I mean, you really might think that you're in the right morally, and you have a big heart to care about these people. But understand what's going to happen here. You're going to end up getting made an example of. You're going to spend decades in prison. That's what you're going to do. I'm just handing out masks at a protest. Yeah, you're going to spend decades in prison.
Those of us that are going.
I just showed up with a sign. I just showed up with a camera. I just showed up with a smoke grenade. I just showed up with some rotten fruit I was going to throw at them. You're going to spend decades in prison. And the people that told you to go out there won't ever see a jail cell.
Those of us
and the people that lied to you and manipulated you to go out there like a bunch of brainwashed morons and protest against ICE, they are never going to be punished, and you're going to be the fall guy. You will literally be the fall guy and spend decades in prison for showing up. And the Trump administration, I guess, has no other option but to do that.
It's not even going to matter about
you can't let this go on.
Stockpiling water.
And if they're not going to go after the funders and the organizers of this stuff, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go after you. So you're going to make one dumbass decision off of a bunch of Democrat Party propaganda. They're going to throw you under the bus, and you're going to spend decades in prison.
And you're given
because the Democrat Party is using you as cannon fodder.
Things to acquiesce.
So you might think you care about these people. You might think you care about these illegal aliens. The Democrat Party doesn't give a damn about you. And they will gladly see thousands of you get arrested and spend decades in prison. And the Trump administration is going to mess around with this.
And for many
and I know you're going to be told by your bosses and your organizers, we've got lawyers ready and we'll bail you out. You're going to jail.
Never acquiesce to any government system.
And the people that sent you there are not.
And if that means
so you might have a big bleeding heart and think you're doing the right thing, but
I'll never have
I hope 10 years in prison is worth it for a bunch of Democrat Party operations and propaganda.
I'll never be able to go to a supermarket.
Good luck.
That's fine.
And at the end of the day, I don't know what you do with 40 million people being here. I don't know what you do.
Because I know
when the farms and the hotels and all the different factories say, hey, we have no means of production. You just deported half of our crew.
We have to think about life outside.
I don't know. The Trump administration is going to have to make a decision to either let them stay, give them some work visa, or just deport them all and say, too bad. Figure it out. You shouldn't have hired them.
Minion for society.
But that's where it's at.
Trust me, that's not going to be taken.
That's where it's at. Now I got more news on this.
You're going to be siphoned off.
A couple guests coming up this hour.
Great war going
great lawyers.
Outside.
Viva Free and Robert Barnes coming up. So we'll get more into this and the Epstein thing.
That's a
But you know,
rap group.
I just look right now
Well,
at
least they
just how
were
important
from
InfoWars
Queens,
is,
New
how
York.
important this show is, how
But
important this crew
they're
is,
not even
and it's
important.
one of those times where it's
What
just like,
is
yep, this is peak
important
importance
is
for InfoWars.
the
This is like
music
peak importance
and
for
the
InfoWars to be on the air right
content
now.
that
So
they make
thank God we are.
that is
Thank the
quite
audience we are.
relevant to what
Your continued
we're
support of the
going through
AlexJonesStore.com
right now.
is how we do it. And man, have we been through it
Made
all
the song.
just to be here
Yeah,
with you
there's
today.
a war going on
And so we
outside,
salute
no
you.
man
We
is
appreciate
safe
that.
from. We could
Now
run,
you can
but
get
we
big
can't
discounts
hide
on health
forever
products
from
when you
these
subscribe to them at
streets.
thealexjonesstore.com.
Yeah,
The new
they
products
will
like
even
Power
in the
Plant.
Holy Bible.
We announced some
The
new products
Bible
yesterday.
for
When you
all
subscribe, you get up to
Christians.
50% off,
The Bible
which
says
gives you
there
the
will
auto
be
ship.
no hiding
Make sure they're
place.
always held back in
So
stock
at
for
the
you.
end of the day, friends,
A great way to support us.
either have
We also have all kinds of apparel and hats and hoodies and shirts at thealexjonesstore.com. Or you can become a VIP member, and we really appreciate our VIP members. thealexjonesstore.com/VIP, and it's that sustained membership that budgets us into the future. Plus, you get bonus entries to our raffles and giveaways, like the current truck giveaway happening right now.
Found themselves obsolete.
So we had Stuart Rhodes, the founder of Oath Keepers, former
There
K6
was
political
no
prisoner,
preparation.
constitutional lawyer, so much
There
more
was
on
no
Paratrooper.
planning.
And he wanted to try methylene blue like some of the
And
other guests have
the
done. I
good
got so
book
busy with all the
says
Iran war stuff,
the
and the
people
commies rioting.
fail.
If you ever get him to take it on air, all the guests, dozens
The
of them have
people
taken it within
perish
45 minutes to an hour,
for
have
a lack
varying
of
degrees from
knowledge.
extreme energy and from really great
Let us
uplifting,
not
just over the top crying. It feels so good.
because the
Especially the first time you
knowledge
take
is
it.
here.
Electrochemical in the
Welcome
mitochondria,
to New
cleans out the
Life
cells,
World
does incredible
Evolution.
things. RFK Jr.'s go off to then tell us what he felt. And if he doesn't feel it, we'll put that out. I've had like, I don't know, plus people we've given it to. 2 people did not feel it. That means your mitochondria is in perfect shape. So Stuart, go ahead and take about a half dose, and then go ahead and shut that down.
All right,
And then
friends, not forget
You'll
our
see.
purpose.
Most people answer in about 30 minutes.
Let's
30
not
members don't
forget
but,
who we
you're gonna be
are
on, so please, before
and
you go,
where we
tell people what you
stand in
think.
this
And if you don't,
struggle.
we're going to tell everybody.
Because
20 minutes later.
I can feel a definite, like an energy spike. Yeah, it feels pretty good.
What are you going to do now? Energy spike.
I'm going to see if it has a crash.
I've never heard of a crash.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't. But yeah, it feels pretty good. Yeah, definitely, I feel sharper.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty tired.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, you're running around Texas right now. You're dealing with some other issues.
I was driving all over Texas giving speeches for True Texas Project, and that was pretty efficient in sleep. Yeah, I feel pretty good.
So did he give you the drink or the capsules?
I took the drink, but I got a bottle of each, and I'm going to go and do a longer-term test. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do feel kind of amped right now. Yeah.
That's good. Well, that's probably that. I don't know. That might be because you're hanging out with me. So we gotta maybe try to get.
I think it's the methylene blue.
Some of the sights and scenes of this chaos of the raid at the marijuana farm there in California. And again, it's just so important to put it all into context, folks. ICE has to act in this manner for their own protection because the Democrat terrorists are out there now literally trying to kill them. So they have to come in heavy-handed. They have to come in with a show of force. Believe me, if ICE could just do their job without these disruptions, it wouldn't look like this. They wouldn't need to come in with the heavy hand and the show of force. They have to because Democrat terrorists are out there trying to kill them now. So they have no other choice. So if they're going to do the deportations, it has to go like this. Report this and it needs to stop. And it all just comes down to the same thing. All the chaos will continue, the criminality will continue, the corruption will continue until you arrest the deep state. That's it. Until you drain the swamp, that's it. And you know what? I'm not even acting like I have all the solutions or like this is an easy fix. It's not, okay? It is. This is to drain this swamp and to deconstruct and arrest the deep state and actually do it fully legally and above board is I mean, that is, you know, that's like a Rubik's Cube, except like 16 blocks on each side or something instead of 9 or whatever it is. But you probably need to have a attorney general that is like really, really with it and really knows how to deconstruct and do this thing. And I think we've all concluded that ain't Pam Bondi. Here's Donald Trump, though, earlier today talking about the missing kids, which they tried to deny. It looks like, my guess is they probably found some of them, and those were the ones working on that farm. It's a tiny number in comparison to where they all might be. But here's Trump addressing that earlier today.
Something that you should have that you haven't reported. As you know, 300,000 children are missing, right? 300,000 under Biden. We've already gotten back 10,000 of those children, and we have a lot more planned to come back. We're getting them back by the thousands, but 300,000, and as of this morning, over 10,000 we've gotten back.
So really, you've got to go after the members of the Biden administration that did this. You have to go after Mayorkas. You have to go after the NGOs. You have to do it. You have to do it. And I don't anticipate these ICE protests slowing down. Right now, it looks like it's going to be the opposite. And now the new propaganda the Democrats are putting out there is, yeah, you know what, you might get shot, you might go to prison, it's worth it for you. So now that's what they're telling them. It's just go to prison for the Democrat Party propaganda. Trump supporters, myself included, and I wouldn't even say it's fair to say I went to prison for Trump. I mean, you could characterize it as that. You wouldn't be inaccurate, but really, it's not even about Trump. It's about the country. It's about the truth. But see, nobody had to tell me to do that. Nobody had to tell me, hey, go stand up for your country, or go stand up for the truth, or go stand up for Trump and just take the prison sentence and take the beating. Nobody told me to do that. These libtards, that's what they're being told now. And so as it gets more dangerous for them to go out there, the Democrats are pushing the new message of, oh, you might get shot, oh, you might go to prison, it's totally worth it. And they're buying it. And they're just eating it up. So we're going to hear from Viva Frei on the other side of this break, his interpretation of all of this. Probably going to get into the Epstein list as well. I know he's been all over that.
Oh, the Epstein
Always excited
list.
to be joined by him.
All
We'll be
right
back after this short break.
All right, friends. The Epstein list is crazy.
How do I explain to people that my tongue is blue? Because I love this stuff, methylene blue.
All right, so, correct.
Sometimes. This stuff's
all right, friends. Well, listen. The Epstein files, we can get into that. Got some real fascinating information. But I'm going to get off now. Also want to introduce you guys and gals to a guy named Dr. Stephen Greer. Look for his name. G-R-E-R. That's going to be the next content. Until next time, friends, hope you found it relevant. Divine Ones. Peace. For more videos like this, like and subscribe to my channel.
Process and sell. It's like I have the next level. It is such a game changer. Roger Stone, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.